Hello, welcome to Mobile Graphics. In today's tutorial, I'll be talking on retouching and one particular Photoshop extension, which is Retouch Pro. So, before I jump into the design, this is my very first Photoshop tutorial, and I want you to do something for me. Just like, subscribe. Just click on the subscribe button and you're good to go. So Retouch Pro, go to your windows. From a window you should go to extension legacy. You'll see Retouch Pro. That's it. These are extensions. We have Beauty Retouch, we have Retouch Pro, we have Ultimate Retouch. I have the three around me here. I have the three. This is I think this is Ultimate Retouch, this is Beauty Retouch, this is Retouch Pro. So anyone you know how to use, but for this tutorial we'll be using Retouch Pro. So let us click on Retouch Pro, let us launch it. So if you don't find your own here, just go to your windows, go to extension legacy, you click on it. It's as simple as that. So in this particular design, I'll be doing something. Just click on Ctrl J. Let us make sample of this background. Seeing it as background, just click, either click Shift Ctrl Alt E, or you click on Ctrl J. Anyone you like, you can just click on it. Anyone will work. So making copy of this, let us do something. We are just going to work on the acne. You can see all these pimples, all these signs, all these pimples. We are going to be taking them off, and we need two tools here. The first one is spot healing brush and the second one is patch tools. So spot healing brush is just very simple. Just click on it, go to wherever you want to, just bam, that's all. But this spot healing brush does something to the skin, like it will take some parts of the texture away, which I don't like. So let me go back. You can still use it anyhow if you want a faster editing, but photo retouching is not something you can speed up, you can just be doing. It's something you spend much time on, so just be doing. But if you want a faster approach to your your cleaning up, because we are still going to go to using this particular face and making it soften the skin. But fine, if you want a very perfect job, you are going to be using the second tool, which is patch tool. So this patch tool, like it said, patch means, okay, I just want to patch this particular area, I want to patch it with this particular place. So it's as simple as that. If you are using maybe lower versions of earlier versions of Photoshop, rather, you need to press Alt down and you circle it to move. But in this 23 version that I'm using, the latest version, just mask around it and find a suitable place. You can see, and find a suitable place that looks most closely to where you lifted it from, and you just replace it with. You can see how it works. Automatic. It won't leave anything. It won't leave any residue down there. So just replace it with a particular place that's a better texture, or it is more clear, so you can see. It's as simple as that. You can see, very simple, very simple. It's as simple as ABC. You can see it's as good as this. So I love using this patch tool if I want to work, but for this tutorial purpose I'll be using I'll be using that spot healing brush. So you can see patch tool, just take it to somewhere that is closer to whatever you want to do. But for this, let us speed it up with spot healing brush. So I'm not just going to do much here. I'm not really going to be doing much here. I'm not really going to be doing this properly. So like this. I think with this we are good to go. If you are selecting anything, delete it. Like I want to clean up this particular stretch here, or maybe like something like stretch mark or all those stuff. You can take it off with this portable brush. It will clean it. So this sign of aging, so you don't need it in this kind of face. So it's as good as this. We are almost good to go. I think I don't have any other thing removing at the screen. So nothing is here. So this black spot, I don't like it. Let me take it off. So is there anything left? If you see anyone, just point it out to me. Or this simple one. And if you zoom out here, you can see that this is going here. You can see, so it's as simple as this. So let's just work on it. And let me reduce the size of my brush. To reduce the size of your brush, just go down your Alt and your left click and you continue. It's as simple as that. You just drag it down and you are good to go. So I think we are good to go here. We are good to go. This tutorial is just going to be a very long tutorial, very long one. So please endeavor to like, share and subscribe to this channel so that we can have something more of this here. Like I said, this is my very first tutorial on Photoshop. So before we jump to our Retouch Pro, we have actually worked on all the spots in this design. Like this, and to some people you'll see that it's very nice. So let us see the before and after. This is before and after. You can see before, after. So we are going to be moving to the first part of this tutorial, which is working on Retouch Pro. Let us go to Retouch Pro. So the first thing you just go to is frequency separation. Let us go to frequency separation. In our frequency separation, we are going to be having like two different separate panels, which is low and high. The high, there's a way you can do the high manually. Maybe one of these days I'll work on it if you want to configure it yourself. But because we are working with Retouch Pro here, I'm not going to be going out of Retouch Pro. So if you have this particular extension, you don't have any issue bothering yourself about frequency separation again, because you already have it here done for you. You can also use actions too. I have some actions here that has that, like this. Now it has frequency separation. I can use it too. The action is just like most of this extension. It work almost the same thing. So it's the combination of actions like this that someone actually put together to build this extension, and you can just work on it to just be like a magic. So in this frequency separation, two things are going to happen here. Number one, we go to eye. This eye. This is the texture, the skin texture. Let us off it. You can see that something is going on there. So these are low. Switch up the low to you having your normal skin. So these are low. Is what we're going to be working with. You first of all go to your filter, convert it to smart filter. Okay, you convert it to a smart filter to ease the what's it called. So what we do again, you go to your filter again. We go to blur, and from your blur, surface blur, you can use Gaussian blur, but let us use surface blur for this. So in this threshold, leave your threshold at 30 and your radius between 60 and 50 and 60. So I'm going to be using 60 here. Radius 60 and threshold 30. Use it for any kind of skin to work better. So I'm going to be clicking on it. I don't know why it might take a longer time, but you won't see it there. For this blur to be added to it, it can take a longer time, but just stay with me and let's see how it works. So we have added this surface blur to it. You can see. So what we need to do is just to open the eye, and that's all. You can see that the effect had been added to this automatically. But one thing I don't like is that the air, you can see what is happening around the air too. So I don't need that. What you just need to do used to, you can see if I hide it, the surface blur is there. It has added a new texture, smoothing the face, and also added what's it called, soften the face. So but I don't need this here. I will just need to, let me close the eye for you to see, and close to the low for you to see. You can see. So here, let us see the before and after. Let me zoom it out a bit for you to see the before and after. Before, after. You can see before, after, before, after. So what I need to do here, so I'm going to click on this frequency separation, the group panel. I just click on this white. Clicking on this white, we are going to invert it. So inverting it, you can either press on this add vector mask. No, sorry, not vector mask. Just click on Control I. Control I will invert it. You can see now. So inverting this, I'm just saying that I want to apply it to wherever I want, because I've inverted it. So I want it wherever I want it. It's as simple as, there's no other English. There's no other English that I can use for that. So inverting it, you can see it has gone back to the normal stuff, even though if I do before and after, to still be the same thing. So I need to close on this, click on this black. We have brushes here. Cancel. So I will click on this black. You can go to your brush here. Just use your brush. Using your brush, make sure that this white is at the top. Just toggle on this and change it. Or you come here, use either black or white. So we are using white here to paint, and we are using black to erase. It's as simple as that. If I paint here, I can use this black to erase it back. It's as simple as that. So let us use this white here, and we just apply that. Before, it was everywhere, the air, the eye, everywhere the effect was there. So now we are just going to be applying it to wherever we want. It's not just going to be everywhere. So I don't want it to show, you can see, I don't want it to affect the air. You can see how it takes that ripples off. You can see. Don't worry, just play with it anyhow you want it. You can see that the skin and the texture of the skin is coming out nicer and better. So we are still going to erase some part of we don't need it. So you can see it's touching the lips and making it look somehow. So that's it. That is it. I've applied it to wherever you want. So you can see that's all. So if I do that lips, I don't want it around the lips. Just take the black and paint it there. This is your nostril, the O. Don't want it around there. So just take it off and paint again. I'm going to be painting again. Let me do the size. So yes, that's good, and that's all. So the skin too. Let me just improve the size. Remember your odds down and drag it. So that's painting on the skin too. You can see. You can't do the face and leave the skin untouched. So your work is not done yet if you do that. You can see. So you can just telling us that if work on the face, but the skin can remain the way it is. You need to invite every member of this family to the party. So here we are good to go with this now. With this we can now see the before and the after. Before and the after. Remember when we didn't invert this, when we just used the surface blur, all the air was blurred out. But now I've put this particular effect where I want it to be, so it's as good as this. So in the next tutorial we are going to be working more on this. We have a lot of things going on here, like the eyes, the eyelid, we whiten the eyes, give it more clarity and effect. The lips too, you can add lipstick, change it. You can close up the eyes or open it up. The lips, you can open up the mouth a bit, reduce the size of the mouth. The nose, you want the nose to be pointed. All those things, we are still going to work on it in the next tutorial. This is just for preparation, to prepare you. So we go to face. All this face is for you to adjust this eyes, nose, mouth, the form. Maybe you want to, the body, the way the head is, I can bend the head and make it straight more. And the clothes, you want to change that one, you can try that one by yourself. These are the effect, and we have some presets here. These are for color grading. Also, this is also for color grading and finishing. But still in this retouching, we can play with texture. So playing with texture is going to open another panel for us to work with. Skin texture, which skin texture. Click on skin texture. So from texture, we're going to open another panel for you, so you can apply texture. Maybe you use this particular ease. After using ease, you can take up the original texture of the skin. You can now use this texture to add another texture to it. Make sure that you are clicking on white and adding texture to it. You can see. So I'm just going to make an example of this, and I will take it away. I don't need it. This particular design, I don't need it. So you can see that's how to apply texture on the face and everywhere you want it to be. Now you go to the opacity and reduce it. Reduce the opacity. You can see this opacity, something like 20 is okay. So let me do the fan after. You can see. So for this particular video, you don't need this texture. Let me just delete it. You don't need it. Another thing you can do is your skin tone. You want to change the color of the skin, you can go to skin tone. From this skin tone, you can pick on any of this color and paint. And pick on any of this color and paint. I think pick on any of this color and paint. Maybe I want it lighter. I want this lighter. You can see. See, I want the skin to be lighter. You can see, so you can paint the skin to be lighter. And also, if you want to change the color, click on this option and change the color. You can see whatever color you want. You can change the color to whatever color that you want. So that's how it works. Okay, I don't need this. I'm just going to delete the skin tone. I'm going to delete it. So you can get a good skin tone for black color, for light color. You can get the color code and copy it here. You get the color code and you copy it, just paint, and that's how it works. So you can now work with the opacity. Maybe you want it brighter or whatever. So we go to skin glow too. In our skin glow, we're just going to apply it to glow up this skin. You might not really see the effect, but it's there. It's working. You might not really see it, but it's there. It's working fine and neat and clear. Yes. So until I do my before and after that, you might be able to see it very well. So that's skin glow. Let's do before and after. Yes. You can see that lighten up the skin a bit. I love this. I love the texture. You see, real life texture. You can see. After doing surface flow and all, you see how this. That's the power of Photoshop. So now let us go back to here. Skin glow, facial and body hair remover. All this you can do work with it. This grain, you can add grain to it also, but we don't need grain here. You can add grains to this particular stuff here. Adding grains to it, but we don't need this grain. We don't need it. You can see it will add the grain to everything. To add it to everything the way it is. To add it to everything, the eyes, the mouth, the lips, everything. We carry the grain, but I don't want it that way. You can see. You always remember how to control this. If you're having something like this, you now want to apply it to a particular place, just Control R, invert it. So if I click on this, click on my brush and I brush it, the grain will be only where I want it to be. So that is just the simple term, the simple way I can put it. But here we don't need this particular grain. I'm going to be taking it off. Another thing is contrast. So let us work with contrast. Contrast is just to, contrast is just to add more depth into this particular image. So let's see how it works. I will reduce the opacity too. There are some filters here and there are some effects here. There are some panel here. I just work with the opacity. There are some you need to paint. There are some you need to so let's see how this contrast works. You can see. So if I want it to, but this is applying to everything, but I want it to, you can see this before and after. I just need to talk to my opacity, make it a bit like 50% and go to 50%. Just do like this, 50. That's all. So if I want it to be in a particular place, that's when you invert. But I don't need to invert here. So that's it. You can see the before and after. Group all this. Just click on it, your control down, and drag it here. Just group it, or you press Ctrl G to group. So from here now you are good to go. So let me just click on this before the original design after applying after removing the acne, and this is perfect. You can see how young and beautiful she is. So that's the power of Photoshop. That's what Photoshop can do. That is the power of Photoshop. But here we are using Retouch Pro version 3.01. So you can get any of these in this what's it called. You can just comment if you want any of this. I have 3.01, I have 1. So you can get any of the two. I have the two installed. You can get any of the two by commenting I want this, and I will send it to you. Just comment. I will send you my number, connect with me, and I will send it to you directly. So thank you. They are just a lighter what's it called, they are lighter, so it's something I can just share via WhatsApp or whatever platform you want me to share it to. So in the next tutorial we'll be talking on brightening the eyes and doing a lot of things to this particular image. So we'll be brightening the eyes. Let us open this up again. We'll be brightening the eyes, we'll be working with the lips, we'll be working with color grading. Here we've worked with skin glow and a lot. So this is the eyes, this lip and teeth, this is hair. We can still work with the hair to the hair details and all the stuff. So in the next tutorial we'll be continuing from where we stopped and we'll progress from there. So join us in the next tutorial and be blessed. Remember to like and subscribe to the